It was a dark night. Rain flowed from the sky. An old man sat at a bar. The bartender passed him a perspiring glass. The man's lips quivered at the first touch of the glass. He sat there slowly drinking the cold liquid, looking at the old war bayonets, photos and gear on the wall. He reminisced of his youthful days in the war, when he was a strong man, full of life, when he was a hero. He remembered a time when people pulled together to get through times of war. Now, a new war was raging. Mainline gangsters running amok in the streets, rapists on every corner, murders all around. He put on his hat as he finished the last of his drink, then walked outside, leaving behind a $10 bill. Rain dripped off his hat. As he walked, he thought about his wife, how he was going to put the spark back into the marriage of 45 years. It had been a rough ride, but he loved his wife. That was for sure. He turned down an alleyway, one he's been down 100 times before. It was a shortcut home. Before he knew it, 6 men appeared from the shadows. He was surrounded. All of them were young men with matching hate tattoos on their knuckles. He could tell they were drugged out on something as they all stumbled around him. The man knew a confrontation would surely erupt. "What do you palookas want with me?" he shouted. "I was a war veteran. You lads don't want to mess with me." One of them pushed the old man into another, while a third sucker punched him from behind. Another threw a wild punch. The old man ducked and threw a punch of his own, hitting him in the face. A sharp pain emerged from his back as a fifth guy struck him with a bat. The old man turned and fiercely threw another punch. The strike impaled the brute's nose. Despite his diligent effort, it was obvious that he was clearly outnumbered. The posse struck him over and over, until he fell to his knees. He laughed as he spit blood. "Is that all you got?" he exclaimed. The fiercest of the men stood in front of him, and with a quick snap, a switchblade folded out. The old man was on his knees, could only watch as the thugs got ready to plunge the knife into him. "Leave that civilian alone, you hooligans! Ha ha!" Everyone in the alleyway, including the crumpled old man, turned to see a masked man standing at the entrance of the alley. At that moment, the rain ceased and the wind blew. The masked man stood there. He wore a black mask that covered his eyes. His cape flickered in the wind. He wore a red spandex uniform that hugged his body. The letters M and V were embroidered on his chest. Black gloves and boots glistened in the night. Ripples of muscle coursed through his suit as he walked with a confident gait towards the group of men. "My name is Major Victory, and your quarrel is with me. Ha ha!" His voice was heavy and strong. One of the men charged Major Victory with a knife, intending to stab him in the chest. Major Victory grabbed his hand and loaded a punch with the other, cracking the man in the face. The man flew back 5 feet, landing on his back motionless. Major Victory laughed as another man charged at him. In a flash, he took a step to the left and clotheslined the man. The man spun in the air and flipped twice before hitting the ground. 2 more men rushed at Major Victory, swinging their fists in a fit of fury. Major Victory ducked a punch, following it with an uppercut. He then jumped into the air, hitting a brute in the chest and slamming him into the wall with a flying kick. "Would any of you others like a go? Ha ha!" The last 2 guys looked at each other, then vanished into the dark alleyway, the sound of their footsteps echoing in the distance. Major Victory gathered the 4 wounded men and put a Librium pill in each of their mouths, then tied them up. He walked over to the old man and helped him up. "Are you okay, sir?" he asked. "You annihilated them," exclaimed the old man. "I can't be more thankful for you saving my life." "Any time, old-timer. Those scoundrels needed to be dealt with. Let me help you home. Ha ha!" "I'm fine. I can get home safely. You've done enough," said the old man. He winced in pain as he moved. "I'd love to fraternize with you more, good sir, but I must go and take these men to jail. Ha ha!" The old man gimped home. Finally, at the front door, he struggled to open it. Upon hearing the commotion, his wife walked to the front door and screamed, "Oh my, what happened to you?" He told her everything, about the brutes that attacked him, about Major Victory, and about his great struggle to get home to the woman he loved. His wife caught a glimpse of the man she had fallen in love with years ago, her hero. Later that night he sat in the den next to the pachyderm rhino he shot. He quietly whispered to himself, "I wonder who that guy was."